Well, I'm going to talk about the role of civil society in child online protection. In my view, there are three main roles that the civil society can play in ensuring that there is proper child online protection. One is the civil society can adequately and effectively engage with authorities and governments, both in the process of formulation and implementation of relevant laws and pieces of legislation, policies, and programs. In the engagement, the civil society should be very clear on the legal and policy provisions that should be explicit in government documents that will give room for participation and effective implementation of child online protection programs. The second role that the civil society can play in protecting children from dangerous content online is through community engagement. Community engagement, in this sense, I mean by working with parents, local leaders, teachers, and children themselves. This involves the aspects of awareness creation and civic engagement to enlighten various groups within the community on the dangers of having uncontrolled access to internet by children. They should also be sensitized and conscientized to be aware and conscious of what kind of content are their children accessing. They need to be vigilant, and all this requires sustained engagement, and this is the role that the civil society can effectively play. The other aspect they can do through community engagement is helping communities understand consumer rights, and such they are able to demand that all content that is accessible online should be age appropriate and accessed to various age groups as per categories of content. Thus, they have a right to receive proper, useful online content. And when there is abusive use of internet to disseminate content that is abusive, then that is infringing on their consumer rights. The civil society can really play a good role in ensuring that they understand these consumer rights as far as online content is concerned. Finally, in terms of community engagement, the civil society can work with or should work with service providers in a manner that they will sensitize them and push them towards controlling what goes into their platforms. Content developers may not be the same service providers or holders of the platforms where this content is displayed. So it is important to work with the service providers or owners of various platforms to ensure that content that is uploaded on their platforms is conscious of the safety needs of children. Finally, the third role that the civil society can play to enhance child online protection is the aspect relating to research for advocacy and safeguarding. This involves monitoring online content and gathering data continuously so that they are able to have evidence to confront various government departments and service providers to demand action. Also, monitoring online content will keep them abreast on what is online, and they will be able to identify inappropriate material at an early stage because of continuous monitoring. Then another aspect relating to research for advocacy and safeguarding is that the civil society has the role to document cases of effects that befall children due to accessing inappropriate content online. Documenting such cases and disseminating them will create awareness and push governments and authorities to act. That is what they can also use to beef up the evidence that they can generate to demand action by government and service providers to put a stop to content that is unsafe for our children online. Thank you.